Alright everyone, how are you doing? I'm Unruly and welcome back to Unruly Horror. This is what I bought this month, April 2022. And I've bought 4 Blu-rays, 4 DVDs. That is becoming the standard now. Unfortunately, Music Magpie is kind of running out on Blu-rays because apparently I'm buying every single one that they have, and I'm getting to this place where I have to keep checking my DVD collection because I don't know which I've got on DVD and which I've got on Blu-ray because I made that mistake, and I now have the packed on both DVD and Blu-ray. Yeah, I'm getting to the point in my collection where it's like, I'm kind of like, what do I buy? Like, I've got a list of like stuff I want to get, but like, it's finding it and finding it for a good price. So anyway, we'll start off with the Blu-rays I got from Music Magpie. I did buy 2 other DVDs off eBay. They aren't coming yet, so I'll have to add them onto next month's video. I believe the ones that are coming are Misery and Child's Play 2, because as you later find out, I need a new series to start collecting, so I might as well start collecting Child's Play series. Okay, first up we have the Wolfman. Come on, see his name, Lee. I can't. That guy. I've seen him in a few other things as well, and I think he's a really good actor. Obviously, Anthony Hopkins, Emily Blunt, Hugo Weaving. This is got a pretty good cast. I take it it's a spin-off or remake of the original Universal Pictures Wolfman, which I own on Blu-ray. Yep, inspired by the classic Universal film. The Wolfman stars Benicio del Toro, I'm sorry if I butchered his name, as Lawrence Talbot, a haunted nobleman who returns to his family estate after his brother's fiancée, Gwen Emily Blunt's character, me and names, I can't do them, begs him to help find her missing love. It's been over a year. It's been nearly 2 years since I watched the Universal Classic one, so I have no idea. I just remember Bela Lugosi is in it as the wolf and transforms him. I can't really remember. Reunited with his estranged father, Anthony Hopkins, Talbot sets out to find his brother and discovers that a beast with an insatiable bloodlust has been killing villagers, and that a suspicious Scotland Yard inspector named Hugo Weaving's character. Who creates these names? I have a hard time creating names. It takes me ages to create names. My friend Lola, names in a second. In this suspicious Scotland Yard name, he was come to investigate, but as he hunts for the nightmarish beast, Talbot discovers a horrifying destiny for himself. So it's a big difference from the Universal Classic one, which is, I think it was like meant to be a fortune teller who Bela Lugosi plays, who turns him in it. It's meant to be just a shop owner, I think. I need a rewatch. I need to go and watch it again. Where am I putting you? Put you there. Next up is Okay, so this is a film I watched back in 2014, and it was a film I'd heard about a lot and wanted to watch it. And it's All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, starring I've wanted this copy. I wanted to watch this film again ever since I've seen it. I watched it, God, like 8 years ago, and I liked it, and I wanted to get it. And actually, the production filmed in a haunted house, and if I remember correctly, this was filmed in 2006, but didn't get released until 2008, if I'm remembering correctly. It stars Amber Heard, who if you've seen any sort of news in the past, 4 years, you will know the name. Oh. So yeah. So Mandy Lane is an unattended. Like, I made a post on Facebook back in 2021, when the recordings of her and Johnny came out, and I remember tweeting and posting on Facebook, looks like Amber Heard's went full Mandy Lane. Not one reference was, people didn't know what, that's what I was referencing. So Mandy Lane is an unattainable object of adolescent lust for all the boys in her high school. Invited on a weekend away to a remote ranch, shy Mandy sees it as a chance to cement some newly formed friendships. The boys see it as a chance to finally get with Mandy as night falls, joints are... Who wrote this? Joints are rolled, kegs are drunk, pills are popped. Original content. Whoever wrote this, original. It's generic. You could say it just partied. Mandy maintaining a polite distance from all. She thinks the drunken are the worst, but she's horrifying mistake, and as events take a turn for the worse, it becomes clear that a secret admirer is harbouring some terrifying ulterior motives. It's a slasher, sort of. It's a slasher with a difference, and that difference is the so-called, spoiler alert by the way, just gonna tell you to skip about 10-20 seconds ahead. Okay? She's not the final girl, she's the killer. Along with, well, he's not on here, but she kills the people with him, and it's meant to be because, like, she was annoyed of all the attention, and it's hard to explain. Go watch it. You know, it's a really good film. Just, you know, look past who's the main star. Okay, next up is Silent House, starring Elizabeth Olsen. I've not heard of this one. I bought it because of Elizabeth Olsen, and it was a horror film in the Blu-ray section. So yeah, so Sarah is a character. Her uncle and father are preparing their vandalised summer home for sale, but broken windows and cracks in the plaster are the least of their problems when they discover they are not alone, and there's more than just mould concealed behind the walls. The idyllic, isolated retreat is transformed into a site of horror as the family's past returns to taunt and terrorise them. Silent House is told in real time in one continuous take. Experience every heart-pounding minute with Sarah as she fights for survival. I need to watch this. I need to watch this right now. This is a good film. It's real time. It's in one take. That is hard to do. One take. One mistake. There's a film actually that's, I think it's already been released, where it's in one take. One takes are done in real time. They're kind of hard to do, because obviously you need to make a 90-minute, let's say 90-minute film in 85-minute film. 5 minutes off. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. I'll recommend this now, even though I haven't seen it. And the last Blu-ray is Scream of the Banshee. I couldn't read that, so I had to go to the site. This is one I haven't seen either. It's everywhere. This cover is everywhere, but it's understandable if you know what the tale of the Banshee is, like the urban legend and all that. According to Irish law, if you hear a banshee scream, you will die. I've also heard it either means there's going to be a tragedy in the family, or, well, yeah, tragedy in the family. When a college professor opens a strange ornate box discovered in the basement of a university, she and her students hear a horrifying scream. They think nothing of it until the scream begins to haunt them in strange and surreal ways. As people start dying one by one, it becomes clear that the merciless Banshee is out to teach them the ultimate lesson. I like horror films based on actual legends. You know, I wrote one. Well, I wrote about 2. And it's good to make your own legends up as well. Or you can go by, like, actual legend. Like, they're good because you can twist the story and make it your own. And I can't wait to watch this. It does seem low budget. I mean, just look at the cover. But just because it's low budget doesn't mean it can't be good. So yeah. Okay, that is the last of the Blu-rays. On to the DVDs. First up, we have Welcome to Mercy. This has been sitting in my Amazon basket for months. About 6-7 months. I've been meaning to buy it, but then I've bought something else because I wanted something else. And I thought, might as well just get it now. I haven't seen it, but apparently it's from the producers of The Others and Scream. I don't know which Scream they mean. I can't seem to find a copyright here. It just says copyright Beatles Company. I don't know if that's a mistake or what. There's normally a year that comes with it. 2019. Blimey hell. Okay. So this is probably from the original producers of the original Scream. Just because the producers did other films like that does not mean this one's going to be good. I've been burnt by that fact more than once. When an American single mother returns to Lativa? Let's see. Lativa. For the first time in 25 years to say goodbye to her dying father, she is soon afflicted with visions and wounds that appear to be signs of the gift of the holy stigmata. But after she is transported to an isolated island convent to seek the help of mysterious religious order, Madeline discovers her affliction may not be a gift from God, but something far more sinister. Okay. I'm going to give it props. I'm going to give it props because that is accurate. So, if you go by demon law, it will trick you into thinking it's a gift from God, hiding its true purpose. That's why you say, you know, demons appear as children or try to go off as children so they can mimic you into lowering your security down and then attack you. This sounds good. So this is a possession movie. But the cover should have given it away, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy watching this because I like anything like this. I like films like this. Is it low budget? Could be. Do I care? No. But I do hope the story's good and I do hope the acting is up to scratch because let's just say a few films up there. I'm looking at you, Terrible 2, and Scarecrow, and Anna, and Curse of the Witch's Doll, in The Haunting of Borley Rectory. The films are just there. They are low budget. They have terrible acting. They have a story that I think a 5-year-old typed up on a computer. So, looking forward to watching this one. Okay, next up are the films I have seen. First up is a classic. It is John Carpenter's The Fog. Not the remake, it's the original 1979 film. I was close. I watched this the other day. It's about a town that, on its anniversary of 100-year anniversary of being a town, a fog rolls in for like 2 nights and the ghosts of pirates, I think it's pirates or just sailors, start killing people. And so I'll just read this. Stunning, restored in 4K. It was fantastic. The quality, fantastic. Starring Jamie Lee Curtis, Adrienne Barbeau, Tommy Atkins and Janet Leigh. The Fog is a tense and ghoulish tale that confirmed John Carpenter as a master of terror. It's tense. There is some good scenes in it. San Antonio Bay, California has turned 100 years old and is getting ready to celebrate. As the residents of the small, quaint harbour town begin to celebrate, an eerie fog envelops the shore. From its midst emerge dripping demonic spectres, victims of the old shipwreck, seeking revenge. I would recommend this. It was a bit slow to start, but as it started getting into it, it was good. Like it was seemed to be finished in a heartbeat. It was really good. It's intense. It keeps you watching. You want to know what's going to happen next. And you, like, really, I'll never do this, but I found myself saying to the person, don't go into the fog. Don't do it. I would recommend this. I have been told the remake is terrible, so it might be a while before I watch the remake. As you know, remakes are normally bad. Okay, next up is a film I have seen before, sold it, got it back, because it's part of the Friday 13th collection, and can I just say, with this film, I have now got every single Friday the 13th film. It's the remake of Friday the 13th, 2009 one starring Jared Padalecki, from, obviously, Supernatural. Now, when I first got this back in... When did I get this? I want to say 2013. I want to say I first got this in a second-hand shop, and I thought it was the original Friday the 13th film. And I got a bit of a shock when I found out it wasn't, but anyway. It's Friday the 13th, as you know it. Only difference is, it's not camp counselors, it's just people out on a holiday vacation in this guy's summer house. But you do get to see, you know, Camp Crystal Lake. It just says it's back for revenge. Okay, to say the plot. Clay, I think is his name, I can't remember the names. Jared Padalecki's character's sister, who at the cold open in the start, which lasts 7 to 10 minutes, is missing because she got, you think she got killed by Jason at the start. Spoiler, she didn't. That's not going to harm the story in any way, by the way. And these group of, I think they're meant to be teenagers. They look, college kids, they look about 30. Off in this guy's house. They bump into Jared Padalecki's character. One of them has an argument with the other. And Jared Padalecki's character is going around town looking for his sister. And yeah, they start getting killed off by Jason. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But Jason's mean in this one. He's fast. He's not slow walking Jason. This is terrifying Jason. Jason, he runs. He sprints. Which is something you haven't seen done before. I would recommend it. I've just mentioned remakes, okay? I don't normally like this is a remake, I will say. I can give it props because it's a different story to the original, but it honours the original. And that is what a remake is. That's a perfect remake. Honour the original, but have a unique story that makes it your own. And it is that. The character development is, you could go into a college in America, pick these characters everywhere. They're generic. Chewie isn't that generic. It's the acting is not bad. Could be better, but not bad. The characters are just generic, let's get drunk people. And yeah, they don't really feel anything when they get killed. But I would say, as a remake altogether, it is one of the better ones I've seen. Okay, and lastly, as I've finished one film franchise, last month I finished another film franchise, Halloween, but again Halloween Kills, I finish with my collection another film franchise I've been collecting. Scream 2022. Looking at it's not a remake, it's not a sequel. I forget what to call it, but it's a continuation of the story, trying as a reboot, I think. I can't remember the name. There's a name for it, and I'm trying to think of it. It's not a prequel, it's not a sequel. It's a... funny name. What can I say? Ghostface returns 25 years after the streak of brutal murder shocked the quiet town of Woodsboro. A terrifying new killer resurrects the Ghostface mask. As the deaths mount, Woodsboro's new targets must seek help from the survivors of the original Ghostface attacks. Now only Sidney Prescott, Dewey Riley and Gail Weathers can find a way to stop the killer when everyone is a suspect. The promo for this, like the promotion, on point, perfect. Because the best thing they did, they made us guess. They said the killer is on the poster. And I can guarantee, if you haven't seen it, where you been? If you're in the horror community and you haven't seen Scream 2022, how's that rock looking? Anyway, the killer, the two killers, are on there. And I know what people were thinking. No, it's not Sidney. I really enjoyed this. I watched it and I really enjoyed it. And then I watched it again when I got the DVD and I enjoyed it. But I think what's happened, because when I watched it again a few weeks later, it was like, I'm not feeling what I normally feel. I think it's a bit like, it's like nostalgic, because it's been that long since we've had a Scream film, and it kind of reminds you of the first Scream. So I think people, when they watched this, had some sort of nostalgia. That's why it's so good. As a film on its own, it is good. It's good, I like it. I will watch this again. But I have been saying that maybe it's nostalgia why we like it. Who am I to say? I'll let you make your mind up. And anyway, that is the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're a horror fan and you like to see what people buy, like, subscribe, share with your friends. I've been Unruly. Have a nice day.